have the friends taken polygraphs?
Well, from my understanding, all but I believe one took a polygraph. From what was told to me, that they all passed.
Yo, shout out to Nancy Grace for catching this piece of shit in a lie. See, if she wouldn't have said anything else, he would have got away with this. But watch this. This is a lie.
And did they tell you they took a poly and passed?
All the boys except one, which is Warren, I believe, took a polygraph test. And it's an equivalent of a lot of Texas tests.
Wait, did this raccoon just say equivalent to a lie detector test? That's like me saying I had sex with a girl. Well, she wasn't really a girl, but she was equivalent to a girl.
Not a traditional lie detector test, but it's the same theology of trying to get to if a person is lying. I don't know the name of it. It's an equivalent of a lie detector test. It's a different methodology.
What?
I don't believe it was a polygraph test. I believe they took other stressors.
I had them pee on a stick because it was a pregnancy test.
Then the answer to did they take a polygraph would be no.
No.
Well, yeah, I think it could.
Oh, now he's stuttering. Shut your stupid ass up. This son of a bitch, in my opinion, is getting paid by the families in Mississippi to cover this whole shit up. But let me know what y'all think about this raccoon along with the rest of this situation.
But people are messaging me and telling me that.
Here we go with this. All right. So before I get too far into this, one, good afternoon. I'm doing shows now on Mondays and Wednesdays. A lot of y'all have been asking, can you do scheduled shows because you're missing my lives? So make sure to right now put in your phones or in your calendars every Monday and Wednesday at 12 o'clock. And then you won't miss my shows. This way we can get away from waiting on YouTube to send my videos out. You'll always know when I'm going live, and I'll be going live in other times also, but you'll know in particular Monday and Wednesdays is when I'll be going live. So do that before we do anything else. And of course, hit the like button and let's get it. So the reason why I'm here today and taking a break from the Charlie Kirk conversation is because this Nolan Wells situation is almost another Charlie Kirk situation. So let's look at the variables real quick. Charlie Kirk died right in front of his friends. Nolan Wells died right in front of his friends. We thought, or we still think, that his own friends unalived Charlie Kirk or had something to do with unaliving Charlie Kirk. Well, we see the same thing in this Nolan Wells situation. Another thing that nobody is thinking about is Charlie Kirk was unalived in Utah, which is a mainly Mormon city, which means virtually everybody in Utah, virtually every single person in Utah is a Mormon, which means they operate on code. They operate as one. So somebody dies that's not a Mormon, or an outsider comes in, that person is looked at as an outsider. And if something happens to this outsider, like Charlie Kirk, and they die, nobody says anything. The camera person doesn't say anything. The person doing the paperwork at the court doesn't say anything. The lawyers don't say anything. The judges don't say anything. And that is how all of these secrets stay under wraps, because it's somewhat like a cult in Utah. So when you look at the Nolan Wells situation, guess what? Ocean Springs in Mississippi is exactly the same thing, except everybody isn't a Mormon. So this cult-like behavior is in a lot of these small towns, and we don't realize it. And a person can go to that small town or be a part of that small town, die, and the whole town covers it up. So in this situation with Nolan Wells, the main person that is being interviewed, I forgot his name, but his mother is the literal judge of Ocean Springs. You know, these small towns only have a couple people working there as far as, leadership. So it's probably one judge, of course, one sheriff and a deputy, and that's probably it. It's probably two damn police officers in the whole Ocean Springs, Mississippi area, and they're the only two people that is going to report anything. So the coroner with Charlie Kirk is a Mormon, and I think Candace spoke on that. So the coroner in the Charlie Kirk case is a lesbian Mormon or something like that. So she's staying on code. So most likely, because we're still learning, all the variables, but most likely the same thing goes for the Ocean Springs coroner. They literally took his throat and another part of his body. Why did you take the most important part of this whole situation away from the cadaver? And then on top of that, they don't even show the parents the body of their son until his body got decomposed. I want y'all to think about that. The boy is in water because I don't think he drowned. I think something else happened. But you leave the boy laying on a slab for 4 days, and then you let the parents view the body after the body is decomposing. This is crazy. So everybody hit the like button. Let's get into this. And then this piece of crap, this officer Tater Tot, he is making so many assertions. He's literally harassing the mother of a dead son. But at the same time, he's talking mess to us for harassing the wife of a dead husband. Think about that. The same son of a bitch, Officer Tater Tot, is running around telling us, leave Erica Kirk alone. She's a widow. Her husband died. Why do y'all keep talking about and making videos about this woman that actually lost her husband? And then this idiot goes to Mississippi and then make video after video after video of a woman's dead son. What the hell is the difference between making videos of a woman's dead husband and thinking the woman had something to do with it, and then you turning around and getting mad at and doing the videos about somebody's dead son? One is a widow and one lost their son. Why is one better than the other? Oh, I understand. One is white. Erica Kirk is white. So the white woman, we can't say nothing about the white woman, but it's black woman that's even worse because she lost her son. You can harass her. You can make all types of videos making him, the son, look bad. Tomorrow, he's on drugs. That's what he's about to say right here. This man is a piece of dog shit. So listen to how he discredits this young man that had a promising future and get mad at how we discredit Erica Kirk for her promising future because she literally took over her husband's company. But we can't say nothing about Erica Kirk, but you can say something about this woman's son. Listen to this shit. This is bullshit. Coon, along with the rest of this situation.
But people are messaging me and telling me that
some bullshit.
There is heavy drinking and there's cocaine involved.
Now, I'm not going against this part. I think there was heavy drinking and I think there was cocaine involved. He didn't say anything wrong here. Not yet. But listen to how this stupid piece of shit literally says the only person that was doing cocaine was this woman's dead son, not the 100 other people that were on a boat. Just this woman's dead son. This man is a piece of dog crap. Listen to this.
And there's a particular person. I know this person's name. I'm not going to disclose it. I'm going to go to the police first, and then I will disclose it if it doesn't interfere in the investigation.
And with that being said, right here, this man is going to get sued. I'm going to do a different live stream about that. They're working on suing this fat tater tot looking person because this is defamation. Because You can't turn around and paint this young boy who lost his life and say he was on drugs before the toxicology report comes back. If you're reading something off a piece of paper that says this is what the proof is, that's one thing. But him simply saying that he was he by himself, because like I said, I'm okay with all of them doing it because that makes sense. They're young kids, they're on a boat, there's no cameras. Understood, right? Wrong, but understood, right? But to point this boy out in a singular fashion and saying, I know this person that did this and I know that person that did that, and painting this young boy out to be the only person that was on drugs, like he had a drug problem, like it wasn't the 4th of July, that it was just that he's just a junkie. He needs to be sued for defamation because he doesn't have any proof. If he had proof, it wouldn't be defamation. But this is malice. See, when you file a defamation suit, the first thing the court is going to look at is this in malicious intent? Let me know in the chat right now. This piece of shit saying that Nolan Wells by himself was on drugs and that's the reason why he died. Is this done maliciously? Yes or no in the chat?
But this person allegedly was offering people cocaine, and someone close to Nolan, one of his friends,
he's going to say Nolan's friends said no to the cocaine, but Nolan Wells said yes. See, if he just said, hey, somebody on the boat had cocaine and they all were high, I'm not mad at that. But he's specifically singling out Nolan and saying other people said no to the cocaine. I hate this dude. I do not have a problem with Erica Kirk. I just think she's an idiot because I don't think Erica Kirk really did anything. I just think she's a dummy. I think she's stupid and incoherent, but I don't hate Erica Kirk. I have a certain amount of hatred for this dude because he's black and he's doing this to other black people. And everybody, say what's up in the chat to everybody else. I don't know if I greeted everybody, so everybody's good afternoon. Sorry, I didn't greet everybody, so good afternoon. Hey to everybody in the chat.
This person allegedly was offering people cocaine, and someone close to Nolan, one of
said no.
His friends told me that this person was offered cocaine and rejected it from this person.
You see how he's painting it out? He's saying this person or these people over here, they rejected the cocaine. So now he's saying not everybody on the boat was doing drugs, but Nolan was. He's singling out this young boy as the only or one of the only people on the boat. Remember, we're talking about a boat. We're not even talking about the whole island. So we're not talking about there's a drug dealer on the island like, hey, you want some drugs? You want some drugs? And a certain percentage of the people on the island out of the hundreds of people that were on the island said no. He's talking about there's 7 or 8 people that were on the boat. So he's making it look like the 7 or 8 people or the 6 people or the 7 people said no. But Nolan Wells said yes. I can't stand this freaking piece of crap.
And I was also told, and this person told me that it's over 100% chance that Nolan was using cocaine.
See, that's a lawsuit right there. That is a lawsuit right there because one, the legal side of this, who was the cocaine dealer? Because he said somebody was offered cocaine, which means somebody was dealing cocaine. Is that person going to be brought up on charges? Because he has literally, somebody's confession. And he's not a detective and he's not a damn officer. He's a content creator like the rest of us. He's just fat and he has hatred in his heart. That's the only difference between him and the rest of the content creators. He's not a detective. He's not a goddamn officer. Sorry, he's not an officer. So you're literally saying that you have evidence of drug use, a drug dealer, and you're then putting it out on social media, on your big platform, when this information needs to be secret in order to potentially find and catch the drug dealer. Because if the drug dealer is watching this, they could just jump on a plane and get the hell up out of there until things slow down and go to their family in New York or some shit, or, you know, move to Georgia or whatever, so they won't be brought up on charges. Because they're going to bring them in for questioning, because they're going to be like, hey, we have information saying that you in particular were dealing drugs on that boat. And it was only 5 to 7 people on the boat. We're talking about the boat, not the island. So that means how many people was on the boat? I think it was 7 or 8 or whatever. But out of those people, see, this is kind of like I know what you did last summer type of situation. Is 7 or 8 people that are within this situation. And he's saying one of the 7 or 8 people either had possession of drugs or was dealing drugs. So out of those 7 or 8 people, it is a guarantee that somebody has to be brought up on charges, because he's literally saying he has information that this is true. And then he said it's 100% true. He didn't say, I think it's true. He didn't say it may be true. He said 100% true. Somebody said 3 boats of friends. Okay, cool. At the end of the day, somebody there was dealing drugs. Are they going to be brought up on charges? This is bigger than just Nolan Wells this and Nolan Wells that. Because what if Nolan Wells did have drugs in the system? That boy or girl that was dealing the drugs needs to go to prison, because that would mean he was murdered. What are we doing here? So this stupid idiot is literally inadvertently solving the damn case for everybody else because he's so stupid.
From this person. And I was also told, and this person told me that it's over 100% chance.
100% chance
that Nolan was using cocaine during this period of time.
Nolan by himself. He didn't say the kids were using cocaine, because he can't say the kids were using the cocaine, because everybody on that boat, they were underaged. So one, underage people are using cocaine, and he would literally be admitting it because he said he has a source. So the source most likely is a witness on one of the boats that seen people do the cocaine. He can't say that because the survivors of this situation would then be in trouble, and their parents will be in trouble because it's their parents' boat. Them kids didn't buy them boats. Think about that. The parents would then be in trouble because it's the parents' boats. It's a planned event. Then the parents would then be in question. Do you know what happens on these boats? Because somebody just died. See, if somebody died, somebody has to go to prison. So one, this piece of crap has to protect the adults and the parents by saying only Nolan Wells was doing the drugs, because I can't say that everybody else was doing the drugs, because then everybody else that survived would get in trouble. Because this fat little person here was paid to go down to Mississippi and interview the boys in order to clear their names, to make it look like the boys that survived are the victims and not Nolan Wells, who died. They're literally being painted out to be the victims, and they're still alive.
This person said it was 150%.
Now it's 150%.
Sure that when the toxicology comes back, that Nolan will have cocaine in his system.
Oh, we have the Nolan Wells police report, and the friends have a little explaining to do. For reference, here is the MDMR Marine Patrol police report. You can see the incident report directly up there. It is public record, so you guys can look it up. I want to point your attention to two specific areas of this report.
And let me know in the chat, does this eerily sound like a Charlie Kirk Turning Point USA situation? Even though there was no exploding mic, even though there was no event, it sounds the same way from a systematic standpoint. Do y'all see what I'm saying? From a systematic standpoint, you unalive a person, make it look like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. Oh, all the people surrounding the person, like they didn't have anything to do with it. And next thing you know, they start putting out all this propaganda and painting another person that survived as the victim. See, Erica Kirk is painted out to be the victim instead of Charlie Kirk, who was murdered. In this situation, Nolan Wells is painted out to be the problem. He was a drug addict. And because he was a drug addict and drowned because he was on drugs, now all the survivors are victims because all of us are attacking the survivors. Isn't that how they said about Erica Kirk? You're attacking a widow. She's a widow. The widow. She's a victim. It's the same shit. Kill somebody and then paint the killers of the person as the victim because social media is attacking the killers of the damn person. It's a systematic thing that these people are doing in these small towns. This shit is disgusting. Everybody hit the like button. 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 And thank y'all for being here.
Starting right here. And here is the first discrepancy right here. Dispatch said that her 18-year-old son rode to Horn Island on a vessel with friends. He was last seen around 1,500 hours. Here's the discrepancy. His phone was in a friend's truck.
His phone was on a boat because Nolan Wells' mother had to, she actually used some system. It's an iPhone most likely. So they use Find My Phone or something like that. So Nolan Wells' mother actually put the little homing signal on the phone and then found the phone. So right here, the phone was on a boat.
I'm sorry, I thought all the friends said that the phone was still in the boat. And the second discrepancy is right here. Lieutenant Karen said that his deputies had spoke with several friends that traveled to the island on the vessel with Nolan, and they said that he left with the company of an unknown female. I'm sorry, what do you mean an unknown female? You all knew who Katie McCormick was and is.
Right. Why is she now an unknown female? But this is the shit that they do, y'all.
What do you mean an unknown female? You all knew exactly who he was on the island with. They were very clear about that. They knew who he was on the island with. But here they're saying, we don't know who she was. We know it was a girl, but we don't know who she was. All of a sudden, she went from having a name of Katie McCormick with all the recent media, covers that we've been seeing. But in the original police report, it was an unknown female.
Right.
Remember, this is just part one. There's a lot more.
I know that friend group that he was with is known for, I don't know if I can say this substance, but they're known for doing a certain substance.
They are known for doing a certain substance. You see how different that is from he was doing a certain substance versus they? So this is the damage that Officer Tater Tot is doing to this case. and to black people.
You know, some of us who have spoke to Nolan prior to the island date, we know that they were known for doing that substance. Another thing that we believe is, what if they peer pressured him into doing something? And again, with the mixture of alcohol and
this is allegedly, y'all. This is allegedly. And Jesus just giving us his synopsis of what he feels. So allegedly, Jesus, you got to remember when you're getting on these panels, you got to say allegedly, because somebody will try to wrap you up.
Allegedly coming from his friend group that knows him very well. I'm talking about teammates that played with him, went to school with him, and folks that see him every weekend. Allegedly, we believe that maybe something just didn't go the way they wanted it to. Maybe they were trying to have a little bit too much fun, and it was just a mistake that they covered up. But I know for a fact that that friend group that they were with is known for a certain substance. So it does not surprise me whatsoever. And I'm almost certainly confident, allegedly, that there was that substance on that boat. I know we won't know till the body gets tested and all that, but, you know, it's what makes sense to me. I don't believe he tried to swim back to the island or anything like that. There's just a lot of things that doesn't make sense. Why did they leave him in the first place? Why didn't they make sure he had a ride home?
And if you listen to this boy's voice, this young boy actually cares about his friend Nolan. You can hear how he's like, his voice is shaking. Nobody else's voice has been shaking throughout this whole situation. And we've heard from, I think, 3 different people. And they're like, yeah, I don't know. Nolan was my best friend. It's just been like this. This boy's voice is shaking. This is the first time I've heard one of Nolan Wells' friends have a visceral, natural, sad reaction to Nolan Wells dying. Nobody else seemed to care. But this, if you listen to his voice, he actually cares. The only person that cared about the boy.
That was me and my friend group that I typically hang out with. I mean, Nolan, yes, was in that, but if it was me and my 4 close friends, I'm not leaving that island until I leave with my friend.
Do y'all hear the shaking in his voice, or is it just me?
Have the friends taken polygraphs?
Well, from my understanding, all but I believe one took a polygraph. From what was told to me, that they all passed.
Yo, shout out to Nancy Gray. Oh, hold on, I played this already. All right, so let's get to the main part of this that I want to share. Is this here?
People in the black community who are going to say, I can't believe you had that Brandon Tatum on. He's not a real black guy. He attacks the black cause. It doesn't matter that he's black. He's worse than a white racist. He's worse than a white racist. He's worse than a white racist.
That is a fact. And the crazy part about this, even white people know that Brandon Tater Tot is worse than a white racist. Even white people know about this dude. This man is a piece of crap to everybody. But you won't believe this, though. Well, you might believe this. He works for the IHOPians. So that's the first thing. So he's not just a black racist. He is pro IHOPia. So he's against all of us. He wants all of us subjugated, not just black people. He doesn't just hate black people. He hates America. He hates Americans. And somebody said they looked up his net worth. Officer Tatum, who is just simply a content creator that used to be a damn street cop. He's worth $11 million. He rides around in a damn Ferrari. And this is not me being a hater because I don't have a Ferrari. So shout out to him for having a Ferrari. But how is a content creator, just like the rest of us, because I can't afford a damn Ferrari, doing this what I do does not make me $11 million. How do you have $11 million, sir? Where did you make your money? And somebody said, what is IHOPian? Can somebody explain to, because I can't say it. Somebody explain to the people in the chat, who is IHOPians and what does that mean? See, the little Gary Melton dude and the Tater Tot dude are two guys that have been bought from IHOPia to talk shit about the rest of us. So just so you know, it's very lucrative to go and sell your asshole to IHOPia. Yeah, the tiny hats. Thank you. But the IHOPians, if you don't know who the IHOPians is, let the people in the chat are letting you know. Just look at the chat. And please don't keep saying the I word, because I don't want this video like to get shadow banned. But enough of you have said the word, so nobody in the chat say the I country again. Okay, let them scroll up, because I don't want this video to get shadow banned. All right, but this man is allegedly worth $11 million and is out of him selling out black people and selling out American people, selling out white people, because some people just got to take care of their family. So to a certain degree, I'm not mad at Officer Talmud or Officer White Dick Up the Ass. I'm not mad at him, because he has to do what he has to do to feed his family. Some people work hard to feed their family. Some people sell their asses to feed their family. So it is what it is. So I actually feel sorry. I feel pity for men, grown-ass men, that feel the need to sell out their own people for some money. I feel sorry for that dude, because he's the worst part of America. He's the worst part of black people. But I understand. You got to get your money. You know, he's just like a stripper that is selling ass on the side in order to feed her kids. I'm not mad at the stripper that got to sell ass after she gets off the pole because she didn't make a lot of money that night. Like, a lot of these men have to sell their asses also. And I'm not mad at that. So I don't hate the stripper, and I don't hate the man that has to sell ass to pay his bills. It is what it is. And I'm pro strippers. I'm pro strip clubs. So that's not a slight to strippers. I love the strippers. You know, I don't go to the strip club all the time, but I am pro stripper. I don't see, you know, women being strippers as terrible human beings, but I do see this man as a terrible human being. That's the difference.
What do you think, Nolan, how Nolan would feel about how this all has transpired with Benjamin Crumb, with, you know, the statements from his mom, with the accusation against you and his other friends? You know, how would you think he would address this or feel about this?
Well, I know people like to use the term, they would turn over in his grave.
So right here, what? Female strippers, October 3074. I'm against male strippers. I shun male strippers, not female strippers. Only go and see female strippers. Don't go see male strippers. Y'all are hilarious. But this right here is literally black on black crime right in front of your face. You have two black men that hate black people sitting in front of each other, shitting on black people inadvertently, subtly. So this is one of Nolan Wells' alleged friends, and he shits on everybody. He shits on Nolan Wells' mom. He shits on Nolan Wells. He literally is doing what the Tatum dude has been doing to us with the Erica Kirk situation. How dare you talk about this woman and she's a widow? But in this situation, he's like, how dare you talk mess about us? They act like they are the widow. So when you look at the people in this situation, the survivors of this boat incident are acting like Erica Kirk. They're sitting there saying, I forgive him. I forget, like they literally are operating like they are Erica Kirk. And Tater Tot is acting like Andrew Covid at Turning Point USA. This is the systematic way that they change the narrative of shit. So the boy is Erica Kirk and Officer Tater Tot is Turning Point USA.
If Nolan could dig himself out of his grave right now, he would.
If Nolan can dig himself out of his grave, he would. That is the most disgusting interpretation of somebody's dead friend that I've ever heard in my whole life. If my dead best friend can dig himself out of his grave, he would? What does that even mean? This is crazy. If he can dig himself out of it, that is so morbid.
They would turn over in his grave. If Nolan could dig himself out of his grave right now, he would. If Nolan could dig himself out of his grave right now, he would.
What?
No doubt. Nolan would be livid is an understatement. Nolan would never want anything pursued this way at all. I think he would be really upset with his parents about how
he said, I think Nolan Wells would, one, become a zombie and dig himself out of the grave and then start yelling at everybody like, how dare you blame my friends as a zombie, right? Because he just digged himself out of a grave. And then the zombie would then start fussing at his own mother because his mother is a terrible person for trying to find out what happened to her son. What in the whole hell are we doing here? But this is what I'm saying. These are two raccoons talking to each other from raccoon to raccoon. Imagine blaming a boy's mother for just simply trying to find out what happened to her son. And the friends of the woman's dead son is like, the mother is out of line for asking questions. Who else is painted out to be terrible people for asking questions? Us. For the Charlie Kirk situation. We're looked at as crazy. We're looked at as psycho for simply asking questions. What Charlie Kirk literally inspired all of us to always do, ask more questions. He said that before he died. So we're simply asking questions. Nolan Wells' mother is simply asking questions. And then this man's mother is demonized for asking questions. I have kids, and my kids are grown. So I empathize with this whole situation because as a parent, I would be going crazy. I would be not just asking questions. Somebody would have gotten hurt if this happened to my kid. I'm not just asking questions. I'm going to prison if I think somebody killed my kid. I don't even give a damn if I'm wrong. Somebody is going to get hurt. But this woman isn't taking the law in her own hands like I would if something happened to my kids. She's just asking questions. And how dare this little bastard that probably doesn't even have a father. See, Nolan Wells had a father. This little bastard probably doesn't have a father. And for him to sit on a damn podcast a raccoon podcast and actually say that the mother of a dead child is out of line, I would love to go to Mississippi and slap the shit out of this boy. I would slap the shit out of this boy.
How they went about the situation. I think he would be really upset with his parents about how they went about the situation. I think he generally would. I don't think he wouldn't support it.
I'm starting to get a little angry, so I'm going to be quiet for a second because I'm going to get on here and start cussing. So I'm just going to be quiet and just play the video, because as a parent, like, for a kid to turn around and say how I feel about my child is wrong would make me just slap the shit out of the boy, bro. Like, I'm just, let me be quiet. I'm just like, I want to just punch something right now because I'm a fucking parent.
I know that for 110%. I know he wouldn't support any of it. I think he would want the truth and he would search for answers. I think he would want the truth and he would search for answers.
Got his ass. He just admitted that somebody, whoever that somebody is, murdered Nolan. Yep. Why would Nolan want to come back to life and look for answers if he just simply drowned? He was murdered.
But he wouldn't go about it like this.
So I want y'all to think about this. If I died in a boating accident and I drowned, and if I was to come back to life, I would go back to being dead because there are no answers to find, because I witnessed myself drowning. Why would I be searching for answers when I witnessed myself going under the water? Like, I witnessed myself being drunk. I witnessed myself not being too tired to swim. I would have witnessed myself dying. So why would I come back to life and start searching for answers? The only person that would be searching for answers if they had the opportunity to come back to life would be somebody that was murdered. So in my opinion, because I don't want to get sued by none of these little bastards, this literally is proof that Nolan Wells was murdered. But let me know if I'm wrong. Am I jumping out the window by looking at this as verifiable proof that Nolan Wells was murdered? Let me know in the chat. Am I wrong? Did he just say enough to prove that Nolan Wells was murdered by somebody? Because if you know that he drowned, why would Nolan Wells come back searching for answers? He would know that he drowned because he was the last witness to him drowning. Because according to them, nobody else seen him drowning except for Nolan Wells. So why the hell would a person that witnessed themselves drowning come back asking for answers? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? Because I think this is a smoking gun. And I think this will hold up in court. His words are suggesting that Nolan Wells was murdered and he doesn't know why or how he was murdered. Because he would have come back searching for answers. So one more time. Got his ass. One more time. Because I think this is the smoking gun.
I think he would be really upset with his parents about how they went about the situation. I think he generally would. I don't think he wouldn't support it. I know that for 110%. I know he wouldn't support any of it. I think he would want the truth and he would search for answers. I think he would want the truth and he would search for answers.
Got his ass. He just admitted that somebody, whoever that somebody is, murdered Nolan. Yes. Why would Nolan want to come back to life and look for answers if he just simply drowned? He was murdered.
But he wouldn't go about it like this. He wouldn't let us get dogged out like this. If Nolan could have spoke up, he would have already said something about our friend group. And
see how he's painting himself out to be a victim? I think you are a disgusting human being when somebody that you're close to dies and now you are painting yourself out to be the victim, not the family of the person that died, not the person that actually died. You, the survivor, that can go home to your family. You can pet your dog. You can still go out to eat. You can go out on a boat and get high again. You can live the rest of your life. You can go play football. You can be on a podcast. But you are the victim when the mourning the family that are mourning their son doesn't have a son anymore. But your little bastard ass is a victim. And you actually think the first thing Nolan Wells would do if he was to come back to life is to run around defending your stupid ass? You think that's the first thing he would go and do? Are you dumb? Or are you a murderer? Or are you an accessory to a murderer? So are you dumb? Or are you a murderer? Or are you an accessory to a murderer? Or are you an accessory to a murder? But the one thing you're not is a damn victim. You little bastard.
Saying, yo, y'all on the wrong path.
Listen to the wording, on the wrong path. Wouldn't he just come back to life and say, hey guys, my friends didn't murder me. I just drowned. This was my fault. So this guy is literally admitting that there was foul play because we're going down the wrong path. Okay, what path do we go down if there is a path? Because if he simply drowned, there wouldn't be a path to go down.
He'd be mad. Like, he would be mad.
And just a side note, I just want to say this. Sorry. Why do fat people always wear all black? Have y'all noticed that? Fat people love to wear all black. So Officer Tater Tot, he has titties. You can see that he has titties. And not only does he have titties, he's a man and his titties are over here. They're literally falling to the side like a woman's titties. Like, look at his titties. Fat people always wear all black because black kind of like hides fat. I don't know if y'all see that. But do you see how his titties are to the side like a woman? Officer Tater Tot literally has woman titties. Everybody look at his titties. He has woman titties. Fat people always wear black. You see the boy, he's wearing light blue because he's not fat. So Officer Talmud, Officer Tater Tot, Officer Big Titties, that's his new name. Officer Big Titties has woman drooping titties. So his new name is Officer Titties. Shout out Officer Titties. That man has some big ass titties. Around, there wouldn't be a path to go down. Hold on. I kind of like interrupted myself. Let me back it up. The path, because if he simply drowned, there wouldn't be a path to go down.
He'd be mad. Like, he would be mad. Why, on the Tuesday after where has your civil rights been broken? You brought Benjamin Crump to stir up a community that's already tight-knit.
So listen to this. This right here is this young bastard saying what we've already learned about the Charlie Kirk situation. He's literally about to say, we at Ocean Springs, or whatever the hell this little city is named, he's going to say, we are tight knit and we aren't going to snitch on each other. Just like the people in Utah with the Charlie Kirk incident. So listen to the proof, more proof that this whole thing is a cover up, just like the Charlie Kirk incident. Watch this. He's going to literally admit that they're covering up a potential murder and nobody's going to snitch. Oh, I see you, Kara. Hold on. Oh no, I know that's you, Kara. I know you changed your name. Phoenix is hot, but yeah, I see your face. What's up, Kara?
Where has your civil rights been broken? You brought Benjamin Crump to stir up a community that's already tight-knit. Yeah, we might not be best friends with everybody, but I promise, if you're talking about Ocean Springs as a whole, Ocean Springs is going to have Ocean Springs back.
Y'all see that, right? But he goes farther. He almost threatens people by saying, Ocean Springs, we with the shits. You come down to Ocean Springs, we're going to beat you up. Just listen to the words he's saying as he holds him, as he's going like this. Like he's literally subconsciously saying, subtly saying that we are a cult. He's literally saying we are a cult.
But I promise, if you're talking about Ocean Springs as a whole, Ocean Springs is going to have Ocean Springs back.
See, we're a cult.
Ocean Springs is going to have Ocean Springs back. 110%. We back each other. Everybody I've seen, we back each other.
Because we're a cult. There are cults all over the place. I've spoke on this before, but some of you watching have to be careful of being in a cult. You could be in a cult at your job. You could be in a cult as a Democrat. You could be in a cult as a Republican. You could be in a cult as a woman. You could be in a cult as a single mother. You could be in a cult as a modern man. You could be in a cult as a black man. You could be in a cult as a white man. You have to be careful of inadvertently being a part of a cult. And a cult is simply a group of people that no matter what that group does, they're a victim of the people that's calling out the cult. So keep that in mind. Cults aren't just these devil worshiping people that do all this crazy shit. And a friend group, exactly. Your friend group can be a cult. So a cult, I'll say it again, is literally a group of people that no matter what that same group of people do, that group of people will never be held accountable for their actions. And that group of people will always paint themselves out to be the victims of the people that is calling out the cult. This boy is in a cult, and he's literally saying he's in a cult. This is a cult, what he's saying. There wouldn't be a path to go down.
He'd be mad. Like, he would be mad. Why, on the Tuesday after where has your civil rights been broken? You brought Benjamin Crump to stir up a community that's already tight-knit. Yeah, we might not be best friends with everybody, but I promise, if you're talking about Ocean Springs as a whole, Ocean Springs is going to have Ocean Springs back. Ocean Springs is going to have Ocean Springs back.
Because they're a cult.
110%. We back each other. Everybody I've seen, we back each other. And for them to push this narrative and really push it, just shows me is like, you have no idea.
You have no idea is what they call dog whistling. That is a dog whistle. Say yes or no in the chat if you agree with me or if you understand what I'm saying. Talking mess about the people at Ocean Springs, you have no idea who you fucking with. That's literally what he wants to say. You have no idea who you fucking with. We'll kill your ass if you come down here, just like we killed Nolan Wells. That's literally what he's saying.
Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the like button. But do you guys agree or do you disagree that he's saying you don't know who you fucking with? We will kill you just like we killed Nolan Wells.
Push this narrative and really push it. Just shows me is like, you have no idea who you're dealing with.
See, right there. He wanted to say you have no idea who you fucking with. He said you have no idea who you dealing with. He wanted to say you have no idea who you fucking with. He's saying that this cult is dangerous. Just like Turning Point USA is a cult, and they're dangerous. These Ocean Springs people are dangerous. That's literally what he said.
Really push it and push it. Just shows me is like you have no idea who you're dealing with or who you're messing with.
See?
And I think he's taking the grieving parents and manipulating and turning this and making it sound all bad.
Somebody died. It is all bad. You stupid idiot. It is all bad. How is it not all bad? Your friend is dead. You don't think it's all bad? Your friend is dead, you stupid idiot. It's all bad. Unless y'all killed him, then it isn't all bad because y'all wanted him gone. If that's what was happened. If that's what happened.
All bad because nothing's like that.
So let's go a little farther.
One of Nolan Wall's homie, Bart, is absolutely panicking. Bart, after the audio got released, the audio is what people believe implicates him.
And let me say something about Poetic Flacco. If you don't follow this guy, he's an excellent content creator. Make sure to follow Poetic Flacco. He makes great content. But this young man, especially on the heels of what we just heard, this young man, Poetic Flacco, literally said the other day that he's planning on going to Mississippi to find out what happened. And he's going to go down to Ocean Springs as a black man to ask people questions. And just like in Utah, this could potentially be dangerous because just like the little raccoon boy said earlier, he said, you have no idea who you're dealing with. Poetic Flacco could potentially be in danger by going down there as a black man in Mississippi, trying to talk to cult members to find out who, why, and how Nolan Wells died. This young man can be in grave danger. So if you are a fan of Poetic Flacco, if you are familiar with Poetic Flacco, I need you, and if you watch his content, I need you to go in his comments or send him a DM and say that Mr. Let Go said that Ocean Springs is a cult. And if you go down there asking questions, something may happen to you. So you may not want to go down there. Or if you go down there, you may want to go down there with outside security. Don't go down there with Ocean Springs police or Ocean Springs security, because they're going to do your ass or potentially do your ass just like they potentially did Nolan Wells. And they're going to cover your ass up. And next thing you know, we're going to be on YouTube asking what happened to Poetic Flacco. So if you know of Poetic Flacco, you watch his content, go in his comments and say, Mr. Let Go said it's a cult down there and you are in grave danger if you go down there. And if you do go down there with outside security. Don't go down there and pay somebody in Ocean Springs to protect you, because they're going to get you up out of here. So shout out to Poetic Flacco.
One of Nolan Wall's homie, Bart, is absolutely panicking. Bart, after the audio got released, the audio is what people believe implicates him in this Nolan Wall's murder. And because of this, we've seen he has given the police 20 witnesses that they ain't know before. So why was on his information? But he gave them 20 witnesses. And they are also sending lawsuits and cease and desist out to anybody that mentions him in this Nolan Wall situation. So,
and I'm gonna say this to Bart. Fuck you, Bart. Don't nobody care about your little cease and desist. Fuck you. Fuck all your little weird ass friends. And I think you and your friends are covering up a murder. Do something about it, you little bastard. Fuck all of you little people involved in this damn murder. Fuck all y'all. Ain't nobody scared of you little bastards. Y'all are children. Fuck y'all. I just needed to put that on record.
This is what TMZ said about Bart and the 20 witnesses earlier today.
They're going after one OnlyFans model / influencer who has voiced her theory about.
She's not an OnlyFans model. They're going after her and they're painting her as an OnlyFans model in order to embarrass her, to get her to get off the case. The woman is not an OnlyFans model, just so you know. See, TMZ is a part of this bullshit too. TMZ, fuck y'all too. TMZ is a part of this cover up too, inadvertently, or I would say subtly. I'm not saying TMZ is being paid by anybody, but TMZ, for whatever reason, is trying to cover up this situation and they're trying to change the narrative also. So fuck TMZ too. I just want to say that.
They're going after one OnlyFans model / influencer who has voiced her theory about Bart being involved. Her name is Kimberly, and she is the recipient of a cease and desist letter from Bart's attorney. I don't know if Kimberly is all that scared of this lawsuit.
And I'm going to read the super chats in a minute. I see all the super chats coming in. So drop your super chats now and I'll read them in probably like 5 to 10 minutes. So if you got a super chat, if you got something to share, drop it in the super chat and I'll read the super chats in a minute.
Based on after she got that cease and desist.
Want to sue me? I am poor. I have nothing.
Imagine their strategy of trying to call me an OnlyFans model as if that would be some sort of negative thing. Do y'all understand how this works? Marketing is expensive. I don't want to pay for the marketing. Y'all are paying for my marketing.
She has no shame. Yo,
she might as well be a damn model because they're marketing her as one. So, hey, join my OF.
Y'all picked the wrong person to go after. The lady is telling me I got nothing to lose. This right here, talking about Nolan Wells, breaking this news, this is all I have. I'm gonna do this until the wheels fall off. You can't beat this, bro.
So this is what they're trying to do. So the little Bart dude, you can suck ass. Nobody gives a shit. You're a little child. Ain't nobody scared of no damn child. We can think what we want to think. I don't have any proof that you did anything, but I can unmaliciously say that I think one of you little bastards unalived the boy. I can say that because it's my opinion, you little bastard. Think somebody scared of some damn children. Fuck all of y'all in your little cult. All right, let's keep going.
Mentioned that he spoke with the deputies. Friends claimed they didn't know the girl he left with. Right here, 1:30.
All right, so let me back this up a little bit. Everybody hit a like button. Everybody hit a like button. All right, somebody said they want to hit a like button song. So I'm going to play the like button song, and then we're going to get back to this. Y'all want to hear it. So the people like, no, play the video. They want to hear the like button song, okay?
Everybody hit the like button. 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 If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. What? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. If you got something to say, drop it in the comments. Don't be acting afraid. Drop the city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop the city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop the city in the chat. Let me know you at. Drop the city. What? Drop your city in the chat. What? Drop your city. What? Drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat.
All right, I had to do that for my people. I love the song as much as y'all do.
Hey, no.
And the only time I get to hear the song is when I'm on live with y'all. So I love the song too.
Nolan Wells deniers. Why do you think that his friends told the cops that they didn't know the girl that he went with? Weird how in Warren's little interview, he fails to mention that he spoke with the deputies and several friends claimed they didn't know the girl he left with. Right here, 1:30 in the morning. Even though they were supposedly texting with Katie, right? Didn't get their story straight yet. Right there, in black and white, the boys lied. Or are we going to pretend that this isn't evidence too?
And real quick, shout out to Shauna. Thank you for the $10 Cash App. And let me read the super chats right now. And if anybody drops any more, I'll come back and read them also. Okay, so let's see. Busby, thank you for the silver star. I don't understand the jewel thing, but thank you. Thank you. More stars, the better. Shout out to Shauna again for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She's the same person who dropped the super chat. A Cash App. So thank you, Shauna. Shout out to Busby again for 10 jewels. Floating heart. Thank you. Shout out to Busby again. 100 jewels, or is it 2 jewels? I don't know what that is. So 10 jewels. Thank you, Busby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Shout out to Rachel Hernandez with the 10 jewels. All right, I appreciate that. All right, one day I'll figure out what the jewels mean, but thank y'all. I appreciate you. Keep dropping the jewels. Keep dropping the jewels. I love it. Drop the super chats, drop the jewels. I appreciate it. And I want to point out this woman right here. She is very good. Her name is, I screenshotted her page. Let's see. Screenshot it somewhere. Her name is Jay Megan. Jay Megan. So make sure to follow her on Instagram as well as TikTok. Her name is Jay Megan. She's so in depth. I don't think I've ever seen a content creator make a 1-minute video with so much in-depth information than her. She breaks it all down. So shout out to her.
Hey, Nolan Wells deniers. Why do you think that his friends told the cops that they didn't know the girl that he went with? Weird how in Warren's little interview he fails to mention that he spoke with the deputies and several friends claimed they didn't know the girl he left with. Right here, 1:30 in the morning. Even though they were supposedly texting with Katie, right? Didn't get their story straight yet. Right there, in black and white, the boys lied. Or are we going to pretend that this isn't evidence too?
Nolan's mother was not given access to his body.
And this young lady right here, she got a fat ass also. Like, she be on there shaking her ass too. But shout out to her. But she has some excellent breakdowns. Also, I DM'd her because I wanted to invite her on the show. Well, really, anybody that's a content creator and they're talking about the Charlie Kirk situation or the Nolan Wells situation, hit me up. Let me know. I would love to do a collaboration with you, Charlie Kirk or Nolan Wells, because I love sharing my platform with other people. So shout out to this girl. I gotta find her name also, so y'all follow her too. She got a fat ass.
When he was initially found on July 6th.
But she's also smart too. You can be smart and have a fat ass, just so y'all know.
His mother and father, Christine and Elmore, were barred from viewing their son's body until July 10th. As a mother, that is some of the most... How can the state of Mississippi claim someone's baby boy and say because he possibly died under suspicious circumstances, you don't get to view your missing son's dead body? To know that in those 4 days, their son was laying on a slab. Their son was laying somewhere.
Damn.
Cold. Possibly the closest times they had to tell or see their son before being heavily decomposed 4 days later. They didn't get to do that. Mississippi had the upper hand for the beginning. They had his body for 4 days before the parents even saw it. If someone dies or a body is found under suspicious circumstances, so they knew it wasn't a drowning.
As a former prosecutor, I'm shocked a sitting judge would do this. Judge Ashley Cole, the mom of one of the men who is with Nolan Wells.
So this is the mom. Well, not her, but the mom of Warren. The boy's name is Warren. She is out here talking all kinds of shit. She's tweeting. She's starting shit. And she's a judge. But this is how corrupt this city is. This is how cult-like this city is. They don't care.
before he was found dead, got on Facebook claiming she wanted to dispel rumors with facts, and then laid out this whole timeline of what she says are facts of what went down that day.
And she wasn't even there, so how can they be facts? Just because you're a judge doesn't mean you could just spew out bullshit.
Even though she wasn't there, and this is still an active death investigation. A judge commenting could influence or intimidate witnesses before they've even spoken to investigators. That is exactly what you don't want in an active investigation. It's the reason judges are held to a different ethical standard. This is not how homicide cases go.
See, boy moms, they be a little toxic sometimes. Shout out to the boy moms, but yeah, y'all will do anything to protect your baby. Your son goes out and kills somebody or goes out and covers up a murder as a boy mom, you're going to cover it up with everybody else. Like boy moms, like it could be all the evidence in the world. You'll still be like, not my baby. My baby didn't do this. My baby didn't do that. Boy moms, bro, y'all will literally lie to the day you die for your son. Not my baby. Exactly, Mar. Not my baby.
Law enforcement investigates. Detectives interview witnesses. Prosecutors evaluate the evidence. Judges don't even get involved until legal issues are brought into the court. When you're a sitting judge, you're not just another parent on Facebook. This is exactly the type of situation the Mississippi Code of Judicial Conduct is designed to prevent. Judges are expected to uphold public confidence in the judiciary, remain impartial, and avoid not just acting improperly, but even appearing to act improperly.
This judge needs to be disbarred. But who's going to disbar her? She's disbarred her. She's in this city and they all operate like a cult. So no matter what this judge does, nobody's going to say anything because everybody in this town is in a cult.
She literally said she was going to dispel rumors with facts, and then publicly filled in the very facts investigators are trying to figure out. None of this is okay. What do you think about her comments?
Grandpa Jerry was in the mix because the only way that he could have canceled the CETO before it even started to head out is if Wyatt had called Jerry first and Jerry told him to call for a CETO.
Now, just so you know, Wyatt is a white boy that was on the interview that has a mom that's a judge. He's kind of like the leader of the little pack of alleged murderers. And he is the one that was on a phone that was like, hey, we need a tow, right? He has a grandfather that owns a boating company. So the grandfather literally, oh, hold on. You're right, Kara. We can all send complaints to the bar. I'm not going to tell anybody to do that because one thing I don't want to do is like incite some type of negativity towards any other person, because I wouldn't want a person that doesn't like me to come in and spam my channel or flag my channel. That happened to me on Facebook. I was talking about a man and a woman, and the woman was in the wrong, and the woman got her people to flag my Facebook channel, and it ruined my Facebook channel to this day. And that happened like 2 years ago. So if y'all want to do that, y'all can do that, but I'm not going to push my audience to do anything malicious to anybody, whether it's right or wrong, because it happened to me. So I know how it feels. So I'm not going to do that. So if y'all want to do that, y'all could do that, but I'm not going to do that because like my Facebook was popping. I used to have like 2,000 live viewers on Facebook alone. And that shit just went away because somebody flagged my page. And to this day, it's not the same.
is okay. What do you think about her comments?
Grandpa Jerry was in the mix because the only way that he...
So Jerry is a grandfather of Wyatt, and the mother of Wyatt is the judge.
Could have canceled the CETO before it even started to head out.
And CETO is the towing company, is a company called CETO, and they actually go out and help people that have issues with their boats. That's what CETO is.
If Wyatt had called Jerry first and Jerry told him
Jerry's a grandfather
to call for a CETO and then canceled it for him, which would explain why he couldn't give any descriptions of where the water was, how high was it. We know that the CETO did not bring in the boat. In fact, Bart's mother came on Facebook and said that there are pictures from my son's boat of the boat about to be towed, which is clearly who is about ready to tow them here as Wyatt is on the phone. I can tell you 100% that this is not a sinking boat. You can see Bart bringing them in this picture. But Bart was supposedly the one yelling at Nolan to get on the boat, remember? Why would he be yelling at Nolan to get on a boat that's sinking? Unless he was telling Nolan to get on his boat. And Warren accidentally explained what really happened with the engine. Whatever happened with Nolan happened on Bart's boat, allegedly.
See, it happened on Bart's boat. And let me kind of explain my opinion on what happened. And this is just my opinion. I have no proof. And this is not in malicious intent, because I don't know none of these little bastards. I don't know them. They're just some kids, okay? And I'm not, okay, whatever. So, hold on, I don't want her to be looking like this. Let me move her. Okay, that looks bad too. I'm trying to make it where she doesn't look crazy. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Okay, so this is what I think happened, and this is just my opinion. I think they all were on one boat. Bart has another boat because his parents may have more money, so he has a nicer boat. I forgot the name. I think his boat is the Titan or some shit, right? So he has a bigger, nicer boat. But for whatever reason, people were enjoying being on Warren's boat, or whatever the hell his name is. So everybody was on his boat, the smaller boat, right? And they all were, two, three boats, right? And yes, Bart is older than everybody also. So because he's older, he, to a certain degree, is not part of the clique like everybody else is. So he's kind of like adjacent to everybody. So Bart is trying to be cool with everybody, but he's not really a part of the group. And he doesn't necessarily live there. And he, in my opinion, because I don't know, it looked like he liked Katie, or he was with Katie. And then here comes Nolan, and he got Katie. So Katie is up on the Nolan instead of Bart. And Bart, in my opinion, is over there like, hey, I have more money. I have this. I have that. I have this nicer boat. Come over here on my boat. Because how many times have y'all heard somebody say, get on my boat, get on my boat, get on my boat, over and over and over again? So there's a possibility that Bart, with a nicer boat, is trying to get everybody or some people to come on his boat so he can party over there. And nobody wants to get on his boat because he's lame, but he has a lot of money, or more money than everybody else, right? So he's mad that he's on his boat by himself. So he, in my opinion, because I don't know, I'm just telling a story. He gets on their boat and he's like, you know what? I got something that's going to fix all this shit. And somebody laces the cocaine, because it's already been known that there was cocaine on the boat. So either I'm just going to say somebody from now on. Somebody offers everybody cocaine, and some people say yes, some people say no. And Nolan is one of the people that said yes. One of the many people that said yes. Is multiple boats now at this point, not just one boat. And Nolan's cocaine is laced with something. So Nolan takes some of the cocaine, and next thing you know, starts convulsing. And this is just a story I'm telling. This is not real. It's not true. This is a reenactment of what I think happened. Okay, because I don't want these little bastards trying to sue me. So this is a reenactment of a story. So this story that I'm telling is false. So the jealous boy that has the most money, that actually gave everybody cocaine, he turns around and laces the cocaine that Nolan has, and then Nolan starts convulsing. Right? He starts foaming at the mouth. He's on the ground. Now, at the same time, they are having trouble with the boat. So now they're panicking on the boat, trying to figure out what to do. Because at this particular point, either everybody or most of the people on these multiple boats are high as a kite. They're not just drunk, they're high. So they're just like, oh shit, we got to get out of here, right? And they're like, oh shit, what do we got to do? What can we do? So there's another side of this area, Horn Island, where it's rapids. Like the water's like, right? So they start panicking and they're like, oh shit, we got to get out of here. You know how when shit goes down, everybody tries to run away? Well, they try to cut the boat on and try to get up out of there, right? And they hit the thing a little too fast and they skip a step and they're like, "Rrr!" And they are still seated or anchored in this area, right? So when they hit the thing, it's like, and it messes up the boat. And now, since the boat goes like this, because it's still anchored, because they're panicking, because their friend is convulsing, and now they're trying to figure out how to get up out of there, the boat starts taking on water because they inadvertently did something wrong by turning on the boat in a wrong way. So now the boat is taking on water. So now they're like, oh shit, what to do? So he calls his grandfather and said, hey, I don't know what's going on, but Nolan is convulsing. He's like, all right, just get up out of there. Okay. And then they hang out with him and then they do the thing with the boat. And then they're like, oh shit. So they call the tow people and say, hey, we need a tow. And then the grandfather calls back and says, hey, do this or do that. Da, 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 da. Get somebody there to tow you. And because now he calls a grandfather and saying, hey, we have a problem with the boat. So he says, get somebody around you to tow you. So when they get on the phone with the tow people, their grandfather literally calls the tow people and says, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. So they get Bart or somebody else to tow them out of the little area. And they tow them a certain amount of meters or miles, I don't know how far they went, in order to get the boat to, get the whatever out of the whatever, because I don't know anything about boats. So maybe it's some dirt in the thing. I don't know. So next thing you know, they're now able to maneuver with the boat, right? So now they still got Nolan's dead body on the damn boat. So they turn around and bust a left and they go over to this little area where it's rapids. And now they can turn around and allegedly, this is a story that I'm telling. This is a depiction. So this is not true. This is a story. Okay. To make it even better, I'm going to say the ferries on the boat have a dead ferry. I just want to make this in a story way because I don't want anybody trying to sue me. So the ferries on the boat in this fictitious fairy tale, the ferry's on a boat. There's a dead ferry that's convulsing, and we're like, oh my God, what do we do? And one of the ferries turn around and say, just bust this left and go over here and drop them off in the rapids, because then when you drop them off, the rapids are going to have the body all crazy, and the body is going to get pulled over there, and then we're over here, and it's going to make it look like we had nothing to do with it, and he just drowned. So they're like, all right, cool, boom, throw him out the damn boat. And then they get the hell up out of there. All right. That is what I think happened.
Came on Facebook and said that there are pictures from my son's boat of the boat about to be towed, which is clearly who is about ready to tow them here, as Wyatt is on the phone.
See, there's Wyatt, there's Warren, and there's Bart.
I can tell you 100% that
Wyatt was on the phone, not Warren.
This is not a sinking boat. You can see Bart bringing them in this.
See, so Bart is the one that towed the boat, y'all. They are the one, Bart towed the boat.
picture. But Bart was supposedly the one yelling at Nolan to get on the boat,
Right.
remember? Why would he be yelling at Nolan to get on a boat that's sinking? Unless he was telling Nolan to get on his boat.
See, he wanted Nolan to get on his boat. So let me be quiet. But there's a reason why he specifically wanted Nolan to get on his boat. But I'm not going to say what I think because I don't want no problems.
And Warren accidentally explained what really happened with the engine. Whatever happened with Nolan happened on Bart's boat, allegedly, which is why all of Bart's information was deleted. So here's what happened. Both this one and this one confirmed that there was a fight that broke out on the beach. Started out with him, ended up with Warren's little brother. His uncle says, we gotta go. They hop on a boat and they leave. He grabs his drunk younger brother and says, we're getting out of here too. 3 o'clock. This whole caravan is trying to get the hell out of there because they're drunk and fighting. Wyatt's boat was in such a hurry that they couldn't figure out how to put the freaking trim down.
That's when this happened. And then they started taking on water.
Caused the motor to overheat, quickly stranded them, and Bart had to come help them. The time that Bart shows up, something has happened between him and Nolan. They're all distracted trying to fix the bilge pump because it didn't trim down. The waves were crashing over the boat and into the bilge pump, short-circuiting it. During this, some people have figured out that Nolan is gone. Other people just think that he's passed out or something, which is why Wyatt calls his grandfather to figure out what the F to do. And as the phone call is being made, more people are figuring out something's wrong with Nolan. That's why they didn't start moving again for 30 minutes. They were coming up with a plan.
Hey, so nobody ever got on the Triton that was
So here's this young lady with a big booty. She is talking about the Triton, the actual boat that Bart has. So she gives some great information right here. Listen to it, because we now can understand why one person wants another person to get on another boat, why one boat is having problems, because certain boats are bigger than other boats. So listen to this.
under the age of 18 drinking and doing drugs.
More people are figuring out
Oh, I want to back it up a little bit.
something's wrong with Nolan. That's why they didn't start moving again for 30 minutes. They were coming up with a plan.
Hey, so nobody ever got on the Triton that was under the age of 18 drinking and doing drugs. I'm letting you know right now, the Triton is the boat everybody wanted to be on because the boys' boat that rhymes with the name Smart is where everything went down. In this video alone, we see them all board you know whose boat. They never get on the Triton because the Triton is a $50,000 boat that the parents took. The kids were on the motherfucking kiddie boat. Remember how they all boarded up and left? On the little baby kiddie boat, the Triton didn't move when they were on it. No one ever has a video or picture of them boarding the Triton. Like, that's why they keep saying Nolan was never on the Triton, because they never used the Triton for the 18-year-old antics. They were all on the other boat. Oh, and in these videos where we see everything going down from the argument, the boys playing and jumping the fuck around, there are at least 4 boats that are in every motherfucking scene, and there are 2 adults on every fucking boat, i.e. this one, the Sea Hunt. They are seen on this boat that says Garmin at the top. They are seen partying on the mysterious dead Katie's boat, whatever. They are also seen on this boat called the Palm Beach. This video came from a user on Facebook that recorded everything, and I'm telling you, this area that they were all in, all of these boats, as you can see, the Sea Hut, the Palm Beach, and the big Garmin boat they were on, were all secluded and tied off with something like fishing wire because this was their specific area for the day. This also included this boat, which was a blue boat that just so happens to have someone called Dr. Detail on it. I'll get to that later. I am telling you, the kids were not allowed on the grown folks boat, and there are so many different videos with grown folks in them. These are not your normal grown folks, and they strategically, all of them, have no posts from the 4th.
So I want y'all to think about this. There was a number of grown-ass people on that island. So there were young people underage with access to alcohol. There were young people underage with access to cocaine. And they were accompanied by grown-ass adults because there were married couples on the island. Married couples.
And we know now, because of Officer Tatum, someone was actively going around that was an adult selling blow. The fact that you guys don't understand the cover-up is coming from the adults that were present, and all of these adults are related and interconnected. I mean, fuck. Tristan knows exactly who's in the Dr. Detail shirt. A lot of people that were there that day are family within the community. And what happened on the boat did not take place on the motherfucking Triton. That's why everyone is now saying, oh my God, I was on the Triton. Nolan was never on the Triton. You're right, because Nolan was on you know whose boat when it happened to him, when his leg was hanging over the side. There's a young lady on here who is claiming she witnessed the altercation on the day of July 4th with Nolan Wells, and it is a completely different story, and it's alleged because I want you guys to see this video.
And this young lady's name is Ajala. I'm going to have to spell it because her name is spelled in a way. It's AJAHALLH. All right. So follow her on Instagram. It's AJAHALLH. I do not know how that's pronounced, but I offered for her to come on my show. So it's AJAHALLH.
But it's very spooky to me. 5 days ago, she posted this stating that she will only speak to what she...
So this is actually a witness that was on the boat that's seen everything. Let me back it up.
Take it over the side. There's a young lady on here who is claiming she witnessed the altercation on the day of July 4th with Nolan Wells, and it is a completely different story, and it's alleged because I want you guys to see this video, but it's very spooky to me. 5 days ago, she posted this stating that she will only speak to what she observed and what she knows to be true. She then goes on to make a statement saying what she saw the day of the 4th with Nolan and other individuals. Quote unquote, she says, allegedly, while I was on a boat near the area, I witnessed an altercation involving Nolan Wells and several other individuals. I saw what appeared to be an argument that escalated after there was a dispute involving Nolan's phone. I heard Nolan yelling for his phone to be returned. The argument continued after the group reached shore, and I observed a physical fight involving Nolan and multiple people. I also observed a young woman telling them to stop. She then said she left the area because it appeared to get really bad or worse.
Somebody said they're going to start snitching on each other in a minute. No, they're not. And the reason why nobody's going to snitch, because this whole situation is being ran by the adults. Just like this young lady said, the adults are the biggest problem on all this, because the adults are there accompanying minors. There were a number of adults on that island. So if the kids go down, they're probably going to blame it on the damn adults. So the adults are going to rally the kids up and literally say this: do not say anything unless it's with the little raccoon dude, Officer Tatum. So they're not going to snitch on anybody because their parents, you got to remember, this is a cult, y'all. So this is a very close-knit cult. What's up, Brown Sugar? So just keep that in mind.
After that, people called her a liar, saying she was making it up. So then she posted this screenshot of something that was sent from her Instagram to Eric, aka Jax, who was also involved on July 7th. She sent it. It's right there. This one is very eerie. It says, hey, I just want to say I was a passenger on another boat and saw the argument between you guys and will go to the police with this information. I also have video footage my husband and I have taken. It doesn't show much, but shows the argument that was taken and how you guys were upset at Nolan because of the young lady. You're a monster, and I promise you will have your day. You will be under the jail. Today is the 7th of July. Mark my words. You will be put away forever for a very long time.
So this isn't going to get anywhere because, like I said, the judge is the parent of Warren. So no matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody does, they're going to do everything in their power to cover this whole thing up. And there's the reason why we have to do this, because we're not from there. If we put enough pressure on the judicial process of that city, what we'll actually will systematically do is put so much attention on this little bitty bullshit ass cult city where a grand jury would take this up and either send the feds in there, like with Utah, because you might be like, ain't no feds going to deal with this. Well, the feds were involved with Utah. That was a small city. So if we put enough pressure on these people, outside entities would then come in and request a change of venue and bring in new people that are not part of this cult, and then start investigating this case and start taking this case away from the cult members. And that's our responsibility. We have to do this as an outside entity or a group of outside entities to put pressure on this cult in order to, make some changes. Because if we don't keep putting pressure on these people, they are going to cover this whole situation up. This is a murder. I don't know who killed them, but it's a murder.
Also states after she reached
Or a murder cover up. Still a murder.
out, Jack blocked her.
So right here, you got to listen closely. She kind of like muffles her microphone. So I'm going to back it up a little bit, but turn your volume up a little bit because her microphone muffles a little bit.
To stop. She then says she left the area because it appeared to get really bad or worse. After that, people called her a liar, saying she was making it up. So then she posted this screenshot of something that was sent from her Instagram to Eric, aka Jax, who was also involved on July 7th. She sent it. It's right there. This one is very eerie. It says, hey, I just want to say I was a passenger on another boat and saw the argument between you guys and will go to the police with this information. I also have video footage my husband and I have taken. It doesn't show much, but shows the argument that was taken and how you guys were upset at Nolan because of the young lady. You're a mom.
Right there. Right there. There is an outside witness that is saying that there was a fight or an altercation over the young lady, Katie, whatever her last name is. There was a fight or an altercation over the young lady. And who was the young lady messed with at first? Bart. Let's call him Fart so let's call him Fart from now on. So we won't get sued. So Fart allegedly was getting into it with Nolan. Look, let's call him Fart.
To stop. She then says she left the area because it appeared to get really bad or worse. After that, people called her a liar, saying she was making it up. So then she posted this screenshot of something that was sent from her Instagram to Eric, aka Jax, who was also involved on July 7th. She sent it. It's right there. This one is very eerie. It says, hey, I just want to say I was a passenger on another boat and saw the argument between you guys and will go to the police with this information. I also have video footage my husband and I have taken. It doesn't show much, but shows the argument that was taken and how you guys were upset at Nolan because of the young lady. You're a monster, and I promise you will have your day. You will be under the jail. Today is the 7th of July. Mark my words, you will be put away forever for a very long time. Also states after she reached out.
See right there, that is more evidence that there is a murder and a murder cover-up, because there's a witness who is literally saying, you motherfuckers are going to get put under the jail. Why would, see, it's one thing about saying, I don't like y'all left me, y'all are racist, y'all are whatever, but they are literally saying that they will get put under the jail. Why? Because they witnessed something on that boat, just like everybody else did. I'm sorry to keep rewinding it, but this is evidence right here. A witness is evidence.
And I also have video footage my husband and I have taken.
Video footage! I didn't even hear that the first time. I also have video footage. It's over. Video footage, and the woman is alleging that somebody did something on that boat that caused Nolan Wells to die.
And it doesn't show much, but shows the argument that was taken and how you guys were upset at Nolan because of the young lady. You're a monster, and I promise you will have your day. You will be under the jail. Today is the 7th of July. Mark my words, you will be put away forever for a very long time. Also states after she reached out, Jack blocked her. Not only that, I went to the comments where someone saying, I saw where another boy said it was himself and not Nolan. Are you sure it was Nolan? She says, I'm more than certain it was Nolan because we followed their boat for a little while. Not only do Tracy and Warren not admit who Wyatt and Tracy himself got into an altercation with, they all say someone else, but it would make sense as to why they would lie and say it was actually Trayston yelling for his phone. I don't think this young lady is telling a lie, and I allegedly believe her post.
Only pathologist that conducted the autopsy did not
him up. Mobley, are you a medical doctor? Yes, no.
I know how to examine forensic evidence based on the countless homicides that I've tried.
Listening, not hearing, yes, no. You're not a medical doctor.
Why is he smiling like that? Like, why is he like why are you smiling like that? Like you're a little weird. Am I wrong? Why is he smiling like that? She's kind of like fussing with him, and he's just like what are you doing? Isn't it weird? What is he doing?
Doctor.
I'm a juris doctor.
Are you a medical examiner?
I am not.
No. In what world?
Somebody died and you're sitting there laughing? Everybody just seems so weird, just like in the Charlie Kirk situation. These people are weird as hell, y'all.
What world would the first medical examiner remove Nolan's throat if it did not have something probative about it, something that proves something? Did they remove his toe? No. His elbow? No. His eyeball? His nose? No. They took his throat. Do not tell me that a medical doctor, which you are not, took a throat out of this young man because it means nothing. And then, you know what? I can't even hear you. Straight out to Joe Scott Morgan joining us, professor of...
And he's sitting there smiling. What in the hell is going on with these damn people? And that was a black man. It's crazy how a white woman has to browbeat a black man to get him to wake the fuck up. What is wrong with these damn people?
Forensics death investigator. That second doctor did...
Before Wyatt calls.
Yo. Did y'all see? This is what that reminded me of. Hold on, let me back this up. There's something going on with the people in this little city, y'all. And apparently there's black people there. Hold on, I want y'all to just think about this. This is kind of like what happened.
Put him up. Mobley, are you?
Why is he looking like this? This is what it reminds me of.
Oh, no. 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 No, 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 no. Aren't you something? That's not my experience. Not at all.
That's what he's doing right here. Like, why is he laughing? Like, look at the look on his face. What is going on in this town? What the hell?
A medical doctor. Yes, no.
I know how to examine forensic evidence based.
I know how to examine forensic evidence.
Based on the countless homicides that I've tried.
Listening, not hearing, yes, no.
Look at the smile. He goes back to the smile. What the fuck?
No, you're not a medical doctor.
I'm a juris doctor.
Are you a medical examiner?
He does it again. I'm a juris doctor. What the fuck?
I am not.
No. In what world?
He can't stop smiling.
What world would the first medical examiner remove Nolan's throat if it...
Okay, he's not smiling. Watch how he just goes back to. Watch this.
It did not have something probative about it, something that proves something. Did they remove his toe? No. His elbow? No.
Now he has a frown. He's like this. Watch this.
His eyeball? His nose? No.
You see that? Who does that? Who goes from looking like this and goes like this? Like, what the fuck is happening in his town?
No, they took his throat. Do not tell me that a medical doctor, which you are not,
he's frowning again,
took a throat out of this young man because it means nothing. And then, you know what? I can't even hear you. Straight up.
Boom, again. What is happening? Bro.
Oh, no. 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 No, 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 no. Aren't you something? That's not my experience. Not at all.
Bro, this is eerie as hell. This is demonic.
Dr. Joe Scott Morgan joining us, professor of forensics, death investigator. That second doctor did.
Before Wyatt calls Cito, according to Warren.
Sorry it cut out, but damn, I need to find the rest of that.
They had already attempted to use the tide line, Bart's boat, to pull out the Triton. They hadn't moved yet from where they were parked. Warren says in his interview that they had attempted to attach the ropes to the back cleats, and then it started rubbing on Bart's power pole, a device that's made to go into the ground and anchor it with a rod. They can cost from $4,000 to $6,000. They have the three boats, according to Warren, parked: the Tide Line, the Palm Beach, and the Triton. Where the stern, the back of the boat, is in waist-deep water, the bow of the boat, the front of the boat, is in neck-deep water, and then there's a 20-foot drop-off. And the water's like a washing machine out in front of it. Now we have Warren saying that he heard his friends calling to Nolan to get on the boat that they're leaving, etc., while he's working on the boat with Wyatt. And then we have a video showing that Nolan is on that side, the port side of the Triton, the same side that the Tide Line's power pole's on, before panning to show Warren on the Palm Beach and then showing the Tide Line.
Y'all see, it's about probably 100 people on the island, y'all.
Which places Nolan there, which leads me to my hypothesis that something happened when they were attempting to hook the boats up.
Maybe it's just me, but I've never wanted to interact or date or marry a person who wants to make fun of my culture or try to pick at certain aspects of my culture.
So this is the tater tot dude again, and this is his wife, and they're sitting there in front of everybody making fun of black people. So I know we just went from one thing to another thing. Sorry about that, but we'll get back to that in a second. But we got to talk about this piece of crap. Excuse for a tater tot.
I don't know. I actually love myself, so why would I want to be with somebody who want to joke on those type of topics? It just doesn't make sense to me.
I heard that thing.
We make jokes about black people.
I've been
and
married
we
to a
make
white
jokes
woman
about...
long enough with that I hear the smoke detectors now.
I'm like, don't you hear that, Brandon? You don't
It's
hear
funny.
that?
Let me tell you that.
But how exhausting, and this could just be, everyone's different. That's fine.
This man hates black people. And I hate your fat ass back.
How exhausting to be in like a relationship where you can't joke about each other's cultures. Like if I was married to an Indian or a Mexican, like, you know what I mean? My sister-in-law is Mexican and we make jokes about each other's cultures. Like this, like living in a Fabergé egg, you know what I mean? Like living in, just being so fragile where nothing is.
What is funny about joking about black people? What is funny about joking about Hispanics? What is funny about that? Only white women would truly think that that is funny. So you're fragile because you don't want to talk negatively about other cultures? I understand white people like sleeping with their own children. I understand that y'all like eating babies. Y'all like having intercourse.
Whoa. Wait. I don't want to get too crazy.
Anything of natural order. You know, I understand.
So I don't agree with this woman right here. She is going crazy. I didn't see this part. God damn.
But that's not okay with other people. White people walk around this planet like y'all are fucking God. Don't nobody care about what you think is.
Okay. She's a little too extra. I think there's a video after this one. Let me see. Or is this it? Okay, that's it. All right. We can move on because she gonna look too extra. I want to show you this.
I don't know if I can say this substance, but they're known for doing a certain substance. And, you know, some of us who have spoke to Nolan prior to the island date, we know that they were known for doing that substance.
Yeah, I think that lady, she has a little disdain for white people. See, that's the problem. Like, I don't hate white people, black people. I don't hate nobody. I have a problem with people who hate people. So that she was a little extra. I seen a video of him Tater Tot laughing with his wife and making fun of black people. I downloaded a video. I didn't see the rest of her video. She was like extra, like golly. But there are some people out there that are baby eaters, but it's not just all white people.
Another thing that we believe is, what if they peer pressured him into doing something? And again, with the mixture of alcohol and
this is allegedly, y'all. This is allegedly. And Jesus just giving us his synopsis of what he feels. So allegedly, Jesus, you got to remember when you're getting on these panels, you got to say allegedly because somebody will try to wrap you up.
Allegedly coming from his friend group that knows him very well. I'm talking about teammates that played with him, went to school with him. And
yeah, it caught me off guard because I'm playing a video. And sometimes when we download videos, we don't listen to the whole video. We like, oh, this is going to be a good video to play on your show. And you don't play the whole 2-minute video. And next thing you know, you're like, oh, wait, whoa. So yeah, like, where's that? White people do this. She's kind of like doing the same thing with the Talmud dude is doing with the black people. Black people do that, you know? So saying white people do this and saying black people do that, you're kind of like the same person. You're just on the other side of the shit. So yeah, like, stop.
Folks that see him every weekend. Allegedly, we believe that maybe something just didn't go the way they wanted it to. Maybe they were trying to have a little bit too much fun, and it was just a mistake that they covered up. But I know for a fact that friend group that they were with is known for a certain substance. So it does not surprise me whatsoever. And I'm almost certainly confident.
That's even like saying all white substances are bad because cocaine is white. Well, sugar is white. Salt is white. You get what I'm saying? So we can't run around saying all white people this or all black people that. Like, all black substances are bad. All white substances are bad. You know, like, all white people are not bad. All black people aren't bad. Like, you know, because we use salt and sugar and that's good for us. Or not good for us. We use it. Just like cocaine is white and it's bad for us. Like, come on, we got to stop with this. All white people is this or all black people is that. Like, we got to stop this shit. We literally got to stop this shit.
That there was that substance on that boat. I know we won't know till the body gets tested and all that, but, you know, it's what makes sense to me. I don't believe he tried to swim back.
I'm not going to lie. The Tater Tot dude was saying now that he's with a white woman, he hears the sound of the smoke detector going off, which is, in his opinion, symbolic of a poor black person. And again, I'm sorry. His smoke detector is going off. And he's white. He's white. And this is my point. He's white and his smoke detector is going off. He's white. This is a white boy talking.
To the island or anything like that. There's just a lot of things that doesn't make sense. Why did they leave him in the first place? Why didn't they make sure he had a ride home? If that was me and my friend.
Did y'all hear the smoke detector? He's white. His white people can have a smoke detector go off just like black people. Like, what are you talking about?
Group that I typically hang out with. I mean, Nolan, yes, was in that, but if it was me and my 4 close friends, I'm not leaving that island until I leave with my friend.
Exactly. Because why the fuck y'all didn't bring him back with y'all? If he went out there with
Powdered donuts or chocolate donuts, y'all. They're both equally bad for you. Which one do y'all prefer though? Powdered donuts, which are white, or chocolate donuts, which are black? They're both equally bad for you. They're both equally terrible. But which one do you prefer? Powdered donuts or chocolate donuts? I like chocolate donuts. But what do y'all think? And if you say you hate powdered donuts, you're racist. If you say you hate powdered donuts, you're racist. Just want y'all know that. Somebody said they hate. Yeah, you're racist. See, this is a racist right here. He says he hates. You have hate for powdered donuts? You're racist. That's racist.
y'all, he should have fucking came back with y'all. And from the sounds of it, it sounds like Nolan has 2 separate friend groups, his black friend group and his white friend group. And it sounds like the 2 friend groups didn't really fuck with each other, but Nolan fucked with both of those friend groups. He said they known to be on that shit, and they probably tried to get Nolan to try that shit. And either 1, he wasn't going for it, and that's why they got to fighting, or 2, he actually tried it and it went bad, and they trying to cover some shit up.
Uh-oh. They took the organs for ritual sacrifices. We're not going to go there yet. We're not going to go that far. We're not going to go there. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But that is interesting. That is interesting. You cute too. Shout out to her. She kind of cute. That is interesting.
But either way, the family is going to get to the bottom of this shit. They're going to do an autopsy, and they're going to find out if there's any substances in his system. They're going to find out if there was any blunt force trauma and exactly what the cause of death was. So regardless of if these motherfuckers is telling the truth or not, the truth is going to come out.
Did y'all catch this?
Obviously, we were in emergency. The boat, we're trying to save the boat.
Hold on, quick commercial break. I forgot to play a commercial all this time.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions. Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
Make sure to get your mother-daughter card game if you have not already. And yes, I'm still working on the app. I had to do some legal stuff, so I got some legalities like tying things up or whatever. But yes, the app is still coming up because everybody's like, what about the mother-son card game? What about the father-son card game? Now, all of that will be in the app. So once all this legal stuff is out or done out the way, yes, the app is coming. But this right here for the mothers and the daughters, make sure to get this card game. It will change your life. Play this card game with your mother. Play this card game with your daughter. You will absolutely love it. It's so fun to play.
It's not like we didn't ask Nolan or we just left Nolan. Nolan decided to stay on the island.
So this is a boy whose mother is a judge.
With the girl that he was with. And the girl is a witness to that too.
Yeah. And this is the black dude that hates black people.
I'm glad. As a former video journalist, I don't just hear the words, I see the edits. In today's age, every interview is going to be a polished production. And that means you have to look at every single thing with a critical eye. If you watch the whole thing, you're going to see the shift from when he's comfortable talking to when he struggles. You'll see he's very comfortable talking about the island and then going in on protocols for phones and water for 3.5 minutes.
If you drop your phone in salt water, most of the time you're not going to get it back. I mean, you know, especially the water's murky right now.
But the moment that he gets the big question from Tatum that relates to Nolan or any pivotal facts to the case, he struggles to retell that moment.
So, obviously we were in emergency. The boat, we're trying to save the boat. It's not like we didn't ask Nolan or we just left Nolan.
He starts, then there's a cut, then wraps it up awkwardly and quickly puts it off to the girl who's on the island. I'm not here to convict, but I can question. If you can give a whole TED talk on phone water safety, you can clearly articulate about leaving the island.
Right.
Did y'all catch this?
And, you know, we went last year. Nolan was on the boat with me last year, and he was, I mean, this was a common thing. My friends go on the boat.
I'm a former video journalist, so this jump cut was immediately jarring to me. I know this happens all the time, but it's more noticeable in a podcast format where most things are usually unedited. So when you see something like this, it communicates something. It seems pretty obvious to me that likely the goal of this interview for Warren was to absolve himself from any involvement with Nolan right before Crump announces the preliminary autopsy results. You'll notice what he repeats and also what he omits in the interview. When asked about Nolan, he struggles to give details. He keeps going back to the group, that there are hundreds of people on the island, that there were 20 or 30 people that left on 3 boats. Nolan was on 1 boat with 8 people. And after 17 minutes, the interview cuts right before he talks about them leaving the island because Tatum says that there's a part 2. So there's really no more information and facts, and they're likely just waiting until after the autopsy.
Is that typical for people to have their phones, or?
No, I mean, people come out here, especially on the 4th and, you know, Memorial Day, like, you know, days like that, they come out here to celebrate, and people get on the water to be off their phones, first off. Second off, if I'm sitting waist deep in water, and all my friends are, everybody's leaving their phone on a boat, in a lake, you know, if you're sitting on a pond, if no one's getting out of the water with their phone in their hand, unless, you know, it's to take a quick picture, but most of the pictures taken on the 4th of July were on the boat.
Yeah.
I mean, and, you know, salt water, if you drop your phone in salt water, most of the time you're not going to get it back. Yeah. I mean, you know, especially the water's murky right now because there's been a lot of rain. You can't see, the visibility isn't good. The water isn't clear like it was last year around this time. And, you know, like, no one has their phone, though, usually. I mean, unless you're crazy, I'm not walking around with my phone in my hand. I've been walking around Horn Island, you know.
How many people left the phone on the boat? Was it just his phone when y'all left, or
right. I mean,
other people have phones on the boat?
Absolutely not. Like, there was at least, well, I rode out here on a different boat, like I told you, and I grabbed my phone.
Yo, somebody said somebody killed him over Snowbox. Yo, what? Yo, what in the hell is Snowbox? Yo, y'all are hilarious. Now y'all calling it Snowbox? Yo. I didn't say it. Somebody in the chat said it. Yo, that is hilarious. Snowbox is crazy. I didn't say it. Somebody in the chat said it. He got killed over Snowbox is crazy.
I left the Palm Beach to get on the boat with to get on the boat with Wyatt because we were having, you know, boat issues. And when I got on the boat, there was phones everywhere on the console. I mean, everywhere. Like, I mean, there was everybody's phone that was sitting around the boat was on the console. Like, we had phones that we didn't even know whose they were, you know, and people just leave their phone, especially when people are drinking and, you know, they're not in the right state of mind. A lot of people are like, oh, I'll just leave my phone and I'll get it later, you know, and that's the way it is around here. You know, you don't take your phone and walk around the island. You know, there's plenty of phones on the boat and, you know, spread out between the 3 boats that we had. And I mean, we had 20 plus people on the spread between our 3 boats. So of course, everybody's phone was on the boat. I never saw someone in the water that day sitting with their phone in their hand, scrolling on anything or even taking pictures in the water. Yeah, someone might hop out the boat. You know, a lot of girls like to take pictures, you know, in the water. And so do guys, but, you know.
After hearing that audio and knowing all the facts, they should be investigating this like it's a homicide and stop with the he say, she say from all of those kids on the boat who are presumed innocent at this moment, but I'm seeing and hearing guilt. Just off the fact that they even had his phone, that part. Why did you even have his telephone?
Well, I understand that because you don't want to be waving your phone around or even having your phone in your pocket if you're a person that has a tendency to jump in the water. So you will have your phone over there with everybody else's phone or in some type of case, some type of plastic bag. So you're not going to have your phone on your person, especially on one of these little boats. You're on a bigger boat, possibly, but you're not going to have your phone in your pocket because they be jumping in the water and having fun and stuff. They're on an island. So they get off the boat and go on the island and walk around and all this other stuff. So yeah, you leave your phone on the boat. So I'm not mad at that particular part.
I will never get over that because even as an adult, my phone is my life. If I'm staying back doing anything, I'm staying with my phone. So they need to be investigating all of those kids.
Any criminal investigation,
And the adults. See, nobody's talking about how there were adults on that island.
the first thing you do is get all the parties, all of them, and you separate them and you question them separately. You give them a waiver of their rights. They read it, they sign it, you read it out loud to them, you get all this on video, and you ask each one separately what happened before they had a chance to get together and talk. Then you talk to them. Not hard. Next thing, you bring cadaver dogs and scent dogs on that boat. Now, scent dogs are going to hit on the boat anyway because they state Nolan was on the boat. So they're going to pick up Nolan's scent on that boat.
It kind of froze up right there. So I'm going to back up and let's see. What else is on here? Okay, that's about it. Okay, so I'm going to do a video about Charlie Kirk, and I'm just going to bring it up here, and I'm going to possibly do a deep dive in this. So I need everybody watching to answer this question because I don't necessarily know if I want to do this video that I'm going to bring up just right now, Wednesday. So I need y'all to vote. Here's the topic possibly for Wednesday. And let me know, do you want me to do a video on it or do you not want me to do a video on it? Because Charlie Kirk is dead. So there's a side of me that's just like, don't do that. If virtually everybody say ready, because I need y'all to hear this. So everybody in the chat say ready in the comments. Because I want to make sure everybody's paying attention right now. So everybody in the chat say ready. Say ready, say ready, say ready. Everybody in the chat say ready real quick. Because I want to say this. I want to make sure everybody's paying attention. All right.
Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
Everybody in the chat say ready. I need 1,000 readies. Everybody say ready, 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 ready. I need to make sure y'all are ready for this. Everybody say ready. Okay. If Tyler Boyer and virtually everybody else that we're hearing about working at Turning Point USA is gay, everybody at Turning Point USA is gay. There was rumors, and I don't even think there were rumors, but after Amfest, they had a Grindr party, and it was sponsored by Grindr, and Grindr is a gay website. I have so much proof that the people at Turning Point USA, 1, was gay, 2, like young boys, 3, they were the young boys were saying that the older guys were trying to get with them. So there's a lot of information on how many members of Turning Point USA is gay. If everybody at Turning Point USA is allegedly gay, would that then mean Charlie Kirk was also gay? And if Charlie Kirk was gay, Why did he marry a woman? There's an assumption in all this because I don't know. It's just an assumption because it goes deeper. Forget about whether he's gay or not. One, if he's gay, why did he marry a woman and have 2 kids? If he's gay, are those kids his? If he's gay. Another side of this is every president that every president has to have a wife. And we all know that Charlie Kirk was geared to be president. He was molded to become the next president of the United States if he didn't die, right? So if Charlie Kirk was gay, that would mean Erica Kirk was his beard, which means that Charlie Kirk knew about all of this and was part of the fakeness of this whole situation, because if he's gay and he marries a woman and they have fake kids, adopt 2 kids that they never show their faces to make it look like they're a family, because there's no documented proof of Erica Kirk being pregnant. Remember, she said it herself, I disappeared when I got pregnant. So the answer the answer I want you guys to answer in the chat. Should I do a deep dive in whether Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk was all gay, and this whole situation with Erica Kirk was a setup in the beginning from everybody because Charlie Kirk was gay? Because my whole thing is, how can a heterosexual man hire everybody under your company and they all are gay? And not only are they gay, they are literally having gay sex parties after your events. So should I do a deep dive on this or should I leave that alone? So I'm asking y'all. Say deep dive or leave it alone. Say deep dive or leave it alone. Because I need to know. Because if I'm out of line, I'll be like, all right, y'all are right. Because y'all are the audience that I would share this with. So again, say deep dive or leave it alone. So I'm watching the comments now. Say deep dive or leave it alone. Because if y'all think I should leave it alone, I'll leave it alone because somebody died, Okay, so everybody's saying deep dive. Okay. I'm just checking because I was just like, yo, should I talk about this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the man is dead, but I think it's a conversation that needs to be had for many reasons, because it's not about somebody being gay. It's about somebody portraying themselves as being one way and they're a totally different way. Because we all know in order to be president of the United States, you have to be married. Is it true that the president of the United States, every president has to be married? Yes or no? No, it's not true. Oh, the Constitution does not require you to be married. Oh, I thought you were supposed to be married to be president. Okay. Let's see. James Buchanan, the 15th president, was literally the only president that never got married. So it's not true that you had to be married to be president, but there has only been one president in history that was not married. So take that for what it's worth. So one more time. Deep dive or leave it alone? Comment now. Deep dive or leave it alone? Comment now.
If you had one wish involving us, what would it be?
That we got along better.
Okay.
The day that you told me, like, I was so happy for you, my mindset toward you completely changed. I think after you had her, you realized, like, how hard it is to be a mom. And like, when you look back at things that maybe like make you mad at me, you realize like, okay, well, that is hard.
I just bought this mother-daughter card game because I came to the realization that my issues with my mom are not resolved, so I decided to do something about it. I just played this card game with my mom and we both literally broke down crying. Here's the card game right here. Buy it. Every woman needs this. You won't regret it.
Okay, somebody said, do the deepest deep dive ever. Okay. I'll put together a show for Wednesday. And for everybody that doesn't know, I'm doing lives Mondays and Wednesdays because I'm tired of YouTube like putting my damn lives under the damn underground and shit. Everybody else is getting 5,000 live viewers and shit. And I used to get 5,000 live viewers. And I'm like, what is going on? So from a strategy standpoint, in order to circumvent YouTube hiding my lives from people, because I have almost 400,000 subscribers, but I looked at a strategy and said, okay, if I go live on Mondays and Wednesdays, YouTube would see me as a show that goes that it has a certain time. So I'm like, okay, I'll just do that. So sometimes you have to work with YouTube instead of just being mad at YouTube. So I'm doing that. So for those who don't know or haven't done it yet, make sure to put Mr. Let Go in your calendars on your phones. So your phone will notify you with a little alarm that says Mr. Let Go is about to go live Monday at 12 and Wednesday at 12. It's going to be like 12:05, 12:15, something like that. So Monday at 12 and Wednesday at 12. This way, I'm going to go live at 12:15. So when your alarm goes off at 12, you'll be able to stop what you're doing and then tune in. You'll have 15 minutes to get yourself together and say, oh shit, Mr. Let Go is going live. I forgot I was cooking. So let me put this stuff up and then, look at the show. So everybody watching, put an alarm in your phone right now and say done when you did it. Put done in the comments. When you put the alarm in your phone for Mr. Let Go live show Monday, Mr. Let Go live show Wednesday, put done once you've actually did it. And I think a lot of you would like it also because I'm so random with my lives. Y'all don't even like it. I remember it was a point I was going live every day. And then when I stopped going live every day, everybody was like, Mr. Let Go, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? So, I'm trying to get a little bit more kind of like Coach Colin. So shout out to Coach Colin. Coach Colin goes live every damn day. So I'm like, and shout out to Coach. I know him also. So I want to at least be a little bit more, because when he first started going live every day, I was like, bro, I'm like, damn. So yeah, I want to commit to it almost as much as Coach Colin is doing. I can't go live every single day unless something was going on, because I was going live every day back in December because it was more information coming out every single day. But when things die down, it's not enough information to be going live every day. So shout out to Coach Colin. He goes live every freaking day. So shout out to him. Even Candace doesn't go live every day. She goes live Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and that's it. So, shout out to Coach. So I am out of here, and not saying I won't go live tomorrow, but is a guarantee that I go live every Monday and Wednesday. All right. So make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Make sure to buy my mother-daughter card game if you have a mother and daughter in your family, or if you are a mother and a daughter. Make sure to get your card game. The link is in the chat. The link is also under this video. Subscribe to this channel. And I'm out of here. I will talk to y'all later. And Wednesday, unless I chicken out, I'm going to do a show about Charlie Kirk possibly being gay and what this means for the case. Talk to y'all later.